Both teams came on respective winning, Spurs with 5, and losing, Grizzlies with 6 streaks. Brothers Pau, 18 wins, and Marc, 10, played the 29th time against each other and started the game having identically scored 353 points each in those games. First quarter, Memphis 22, Spurs 18. Memphis surged ahead early on repeated doses of Mike Conley, Marc Gasol two-man action accentuated by a Gasol rebound off of a miss 70 feet down the court for a Conley lay-in to put the Grizzlies up by 6. The Spurs left their energy and effort at the hotel, starting 0 for 5 on an array of misses and added 5 turnovers, to boot, in the first 6 minutes. Derek White picked up 2 fouls in the first few minutes of action, necessitating a substitution for Patty Mills. The Spurs drew even at 11 off of a 5-0 run that consisted of a Patty pull-up 3 and a Marco Bellinelli, you guessed it, off-balance fading shot. Gasol would finish the quarter with 10 points and 5 rebounds. The Spurs bench saved them, contributing 11 points to Memphis 0, to keep things close. Second quarter, Memphis 42, Spurs 31. The Grizzlies resembled the Spurs teams with excellent execution in their half-court offense along with forcing San Antonio off their comfortable spots on defense. Derek White's third foul combined with a Davis Bertans technical were part of an 11-4 push by Memphis. A Bryn Forbes 5-0 run on 2 jumpers made up for LaMarcus Aldridge not picking up his first points until halfway through, while DeMar DeRozan's drives frequently resulted in blocks at the rim. Despite the poor overall play, Memphis 9 points off of turnovers, compared to the Spurs' none, comprised the bulk of the 11-point difference going into halftime. Rookie Jaren Jackson Jr. created mismatches against Spurs defenders to the tune of 13 points. 3 quarter, Memphis 72, Spurs 64. Bertans started the third in place of Jakob Poeltl, while Derek White immediately picked up his 4th foul on the first possession. Bertans later was tossed for his second technical. Both appeared to be his displeasure with the referee's foul calls. Pop also was given one for arguing a non-call on a LaMarcus post-up. Aldridge, Mills, and Forbes kept the Spurs within striking distance via LaMarcus working in his office on the left block, along with Patty and Bryn's outside shooting. The Grizzlies announcers lauded Marc throughout as aggressive and assertive, and he contributed to an 18-point disparity in points in the paint. In the defining sequence of the closing minutes, the Spurs valiantly tried to convert on multiple attempts on offense, only to be done in by a JaMychal Green three-pointer to push the lead to 10. Fourth quarter, Memphis 96, Spurs 86. While White picked up a questionable 5th foul, getting shoved into Conley by a Grizzly, Bellinelli chipped in 8 and Justin Holiday scored 5 respectively on outside shooting in a mini-battle to start the 4th. Green continued his torment of his former team with a double-double and kept possessions alive with his hustle. Kyle Anderson had a tremendous defensive effort with 3 blocks, as well. Memphis went on a 12-2 run midway through the period to get the deficit back to double digits, and Pop emptied his bench once the Spurs fell behind by 14. Some decent outside shooting in the second half by the Spurs guards was not enough to make up for a rough shooting and play-making night by DeRozan. Next up, the Spurs come back home for ASEGABABA tomorrow night at 8:30 Central Daylight Saving Time. Note the later start on TNT against the Oklahoma City Thunder and All-NBA candidate Paul George. Good night all.